Welcome to Living the Empowered Life podcast. I'm Tamiko Pugh, also known as the Empowering Diva. Each week, you'll hear inspirational interviews as well as actionable tips and strategies that you can implement into your daily life to help you live a life of passion, purpose, and potential. Thanks for spending time with me today. Now let's jump into today's episode of Living the Empowered Life. Are you the go-to person in your group of friends? Do you have a zest for life and enjoy helping others reach their full potential? Do you feel a calling to make a difference in the world? If this is you, then you may want to consider becoming a life coach. We have a virtual online training starting soon. Our life coach training focuses on helping women who desire to motivate, inspire, and empower other women by using their skills, expertise, and experience to thrive as a personal development coach. Using the empowerment formula, participants will learn step-by-step tools, tips, and techniques needed to attract great clients and build a thriving, purposeful, and profitable coaching business. Get all the details and register at www.tamikolori.com/life coach training. Welcome to another episode of Living the Empowered Life podcast. I'm your host, the Empowering Diva, Tamiko Pugh. In today's episode, I'll be chatting with International Swimsuit model, Miss New York City Beauty Queen, and structural engineer, Kristen Marie Rios. Kristen is a multifaceted woman who breaks stereotypes of working in the male-dominated construction industry in New York City. She is also an international swimsuit model and beauty queen representing New York as Miss NYC. Kristen uses her platform to promote women empowerment and shares her journey of breaking the stereotype of being Miss New York City while working in the male-dominated field of construction. Encouraging others to go after their dreams, her motto, "Breaking barriers one bikini at a time," represents the strength of an unstoppable woman who can overcome any obstacle. So let's go ahead and dive into our powerful conversation with Kristen. Kristen, how are you today?
Hi, I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I am doing great. Welcome to Living the Empowered Life podcast. I am super excited to dive into this conversation with you today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So, Kristen, I've already read your amazing bio. You have a lot of things going on. You're doing a lot of things as it relates to women's empowerment. So just tell us a little bit about yourself and the many facets of your career.
Okay, well, my name's Kristen Rios, and I am the current Miss New York City. I'm also an engineer. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Civil Engineering, and I work in the New York City construction industry. I started my career doing bridge design, like doing the calculations and directing plans. And then I moved into the construction side, and I started building bridges and other structures around New York City.
Wow, that's amazing. So I know that there are lots of stereotypes as it relates to women being in a male-dominated field, especially construction. So we have a little bit in common. Before I got into women's empowerment and had my podcast and things of that nature, I was actually a project construction manager building cell phone towers. And so I know what it's like, to have those stereotypes and breaking the stereotypes. So tell me a little bit about some of the obstacles you had to face and how did you overcome them?
Well, I'm going to tell you that no matter what kind of a job you have, there's always pros and cons.
Absolutely.
And I always really try to focus on the positive. But, aside from that, every day I learn more about myself and I learn more about the industry. And I'm not going to say I've learned everything. I don't have it all figured out. But, some of the challenges that I faced, there's still this stereotype in construction. It's very male dominated, and there's still a stereotype that women can't be, sexy and smart. That men still think this. And I feel like not just because I'm a woman, but also because I model and I'm out there on social media and I'm attractive and I'm very outgoing. And I find that a lot of these things work against me in addition to just being a woman. So I face a lot of these different challenges, and I'm jumping through hoops, and it really keeps me on my toes. But I have to say, I really do love what I do. And if I wasn't challenged, then I probably wouldn't be doing it.
I like that you said that if it wasn't a challenge, you probably wouldn't be doing that. And the other thing I like that you said that, of course, there's the pros and cons, but you focus on the positive. And I believe that oftentimes we focus so much on the negative that we oversee, like we don't see the positive things that are happening or the positive results that can come about. So I love that you said you focus on the positive. I remember being in project management construction, and I like to dress cute. So I would wear my little dresses and my stilettos to work, but I knew my business as it related to building those cell phone towers. Right. And I would always get stereotyped. The guys would overtalk me, on these conference calls. But then when I would speak up, it was like I was this angry woman, and I really wasn't. I just wanted to have my voice heard. And so I can definitely relate to a lot of the things that you're saying. And I also like that you said you don't have it all figured out. Sometimes we want to have it all figured out, right? And we don't give ourselves the opportunity to figure things out or to be in a place where we can continuously learn. So I love that you said that. A couple of things you said, though, and then you said being sexy and smart. Like, people don't realize that that's a thing, right? You can be sexy, you can be smart, you can be amazing. And so that's what I love about you. You're sexy, you're smart, you know what you're doing, and you have this passion for fitness. So let's kind of talk about that a little bit. Your love and your passion for fitness, like, how did that come about?
Oh, God. Well, my father, Hector, he is an athlete. He was always an athlete. So growing up, I was always going to watch his games. I used to keep score when he played baseball. And I would go to watch him play tennis and basketball. So this is something that's been instilled in me from a very early age. Like, I didn't have a choice. Like, I had to be a star athlete. So, I always played sports growing up. And then as I got older, I was working out in this gym, and the owner of the gym comes up to me and he said, he was this old school Italian guy in his 60s, really, really great guy. His name is Guy Del Corso. And he goes, "Listen, everybody in the gym is doing this show, and I think you should do it too." And I was like, okay. I had no idea what I was doing. But I signed up for this show, and it was a bikini competition. And I was just terrified. I was so scared to get up on stage. I didn't know how to walk, but I did it. I got out there, and I overcame my fear, and I came in second. And I was like, wow, like I want to win one. So I did another one, and I worked on my confidence, and I worked on how to walk on stage, and I won. And then I said to myself, well, I want to take it to the next level, and I want to be a professional and make money. So I had to win a pro card. And so I did another show, and I got a pro card, and it just kept going from there. And I really enjoyed it. It really helped me boost my self-confidence. Growing up, I didn't learn a lot of self-confidence growing up. I always felt like there was a lot of pressure put on me to excel in school, excel in sports, be pretty, be perfect, and a lot of pressure on myself. So I've always felt like I'm not skinny enough, I'm not pretty enough, I don't work hard enough. So, but the bikini competitions, they really helped me build a lot of self-confidence in myself.
Wow, that's cool. That's really amazing. And I know those competitions are difficult, especially, when you're preparing for that. I'm 45 now, but right when I was turning 40, I wanted to do something similar and do one of the competitions. And I couldn't get through it. I mean, there was a very strict meal plan. And so kudos to you. You really just encouraged me to maybe want to try it again. I'll talk to my husband and see what he says. But
Do it. I'll train you.
Oh my gosh, I'm all the way in Atlanta. I'm all the way in Atlanta, Georgia. But yeah, you're definitely inspiring. Definitely. And so you said that your dad he was an athlete, did you say, right?
Yeah. He's always been athletic. He still is.
Okay. And that's where you got it from, really just
That's
being in
right.
an athletic family. Wow. And so you're a beauty queen, right? So you're doing your fitness thing. You work in construction, and you're also in the beauty industry. And so tell us a little bit about being in the beauty industry, being a beauty queen, and what platform do you have? I know typically when you're in that line of work, there's a platform or a specific cause that you're passionate about. So is there something that you're passionate about? What's your platform for that?
Yeah, there are a few things that I'm really passionate about. One of is I would really like to work with young ladies about building confidence and self-esteem. I feel that, the social media and the reality TV that's out there now, young women don't have very good role models. What they're watching isn't exactly reality. So I would definitely like to focus on working with young ladies and perhaps building a network through Swimsuit USA and start a pageant organization up here in the Northeast. I think that beauty pageants are a wonderful way for young ladies to, build confidence and self-esteem and make friends. And another issue that's really, really important to me is bringing positive awareness to women in engineering and construction, because I think that the only way the industry is going to change for the positive is if we get more women and young ladies involved.
That's true. I love the fact that, you talked about working with the young ladies, building their confidence and building their self-esteem. And like you said, when we look at reality TV, it's just reality TV and social media. I think the new generation, they have a disadvantage because they're looking at people who are filtered, right? Everybody's filtering their photos and things of that nature, and they want to look like that. I remember reading an article about a couple of weeks ago, actually. There was an article that talked about how a lot of young girls are going to these surgeons saying, I want to look like this Snapchat filter.
Right.
So, when you have stuff like that, that's when we know that we really have to work on this generation. So the fact that, you want to target young ladies, I love that. They need the confidence. They need that self-esteem. So thank you for that.
Yeah, the way I look at it is I wish that when I was young, I had someone like me to look to and turn to.
Yeah, and that's typically what happens. We experience certain things in life or we lack of experience. And typically that's the area that we give back in. So again, I definitely appreciate you for that. You're going to definitely change a lot of lives. So a little bit about, when I was reading your bio, there was a statement that actually really stood out to me that I wanted to ask you about. And you talk about breaking barriers one bikini at a time. What does that mean to you?
That's my motto. That's my slogan. And so what it's like when you have a new project, right? Like it's the first day you're walking onto your new project and these guys see an attractive woman and they're like, what's up with this, right? And they always think that I'm much younger than what I am. And sometimes I take advantage of this and I see who is going to take advantage of me and start digging their hole and like, who can I trust? And so, that's what I was talking about with the stereotypes. You show up on site the first day and people automatically think, she's too pretty. She doesn't know what she's doing. I'm really trying to break this stereotype. And I'm doing it one bikini at a time, meaning I've kind of combined my social media into everyone's always told me, separate your modeling from your construction. And I've always thought to myself, but why?
Right.
Why? I don't know anyone in construction that doubles as a beauty queen and a bikini model. And I don't know any other bikini model or beauty queen that works in the construction industry. I feel like I have this little niche. So why wouldn't I combine the two? I'm doing these two great things. I feel that when people in my professional industry find my social media and they see my bikini pictures, and, I would never pose full frontal, but I do pose implied nudity, and I'm wearing all these sexy bikinis, and I am out there promoting women being sexy and being professional. And people don't really know how to take it, especially like when you post something and then the next day you come into work and your coworkers are looking at you, and I think to myself, oh my God, is my boss watching my social media? Is he watching these pictures of me in a G-string, And I sometimes get a lot of haters, and I've gotten, some harassing messages from women in my field telling me that I'm exploiting myself, or, that I'm out there looking slutty. And, those things I really take to heart. And, I don't like hearing that from other women. And, I'm not out there exploiting myself at all, but I am out there promoting, women being attractive and being professional, independent, and doing their thing. I grew up old school Italian, and all the women around me got married very young, and they relied on their husbands, at home to take care of them for money. And I grew up thinking I'm never going to rely on a man for money. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to make it on my own. So I'm out there promoting that. And I think that people in my professional industry aren't quite ready for me. They don't know how to approach me. And so that's why my motto is breaking barriers one bikini at a time.
And I love that. I love breaking barriers one bikini at a time. You mentioned that, your industry's not ready for you, but I'd say that they need to get ready.
They need to get ready.
I love the fact, I love that you combine both of those together, because people need to know that it's okay. It's okay to be smart. It's okay to be sexy, right? They just have to deal with it, right? You have a package, like you're the entire package. So do what you continue doing what you're doing. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're a multifaceted woman, right? So you're a multifaceted woman. You're working in this male dominated field of construction. You're a swimsuit model. You're a beauty queen. So you empower other women through doing that. That's a lot of work for one person. So I do have a question about balance. So you have all these amazing things going on. How do you find balance with such a busy lifestyle?
Oh God, how do I find balance? I try to stay balanced, doing like certain things, like to keep my mind calm. I crochet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What else do I do to keep calm? I like to bake. I bake with my mom a lot.
Nice.
And these are the things that kind of make me feel grounded and clear-headed, because you can't go 100 miles an hour 24/7. You really just have to like prioritize, take care of what's important, and live in the moment.
Yes. You know what? I think we're sisters from another mister, because everything you just said are the things that I totally agree with, especially prioritizing and living in the moment. Anybody that knows me will be like, Tamiko lives in the moment. She's a free spirit. I just think that life is too short to be confined. And so, and I love that you said you take the opportunity to be grounded. And so people often say you can't have it all, but I believe that as women, we can have it all. We just have to balance it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And do those things that bring you joy. Like for you, it's crocheting, it's baking. Those are the things that bring you joy. And so I encourage everyone to do more of those things that make you feel good.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so the name of this podcast and the name of my brand is Living an Empowered Life. And so I want to know, what does it mean to you to live an empowered life?
I think that living an empowered life means that you're doing your thing and you're doing it on your terms without worrying about who's going to talk about you, or, the fear of what are people going to think of me? Living an empowered life means you're getting up every day, you're living your best life, you're taking care of yourself, you're a good person, you do the right thing, and you're just doing you.
I love it. I love it. You're doing your thing. Absolutely. You are doing it on your terms. So often in life, we do things based on what other people want us to do. So I love that you said you're doing it on your terms and not what other people think. Because if we listen to everyone else, we probably wouldn't be where we are today as far as careers, right? And things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said living your best life. Oh, I love that. Living your best life. So I'm going to repeat these for everybody that's listening. You might want to write this down. Living the empowered life is doing your thing, doing it on your terms, and living your best life. Kristen, thank you so much. Like, you've really shared a lot of information. I enjoyed talking with you today. But what I want to do very quickly before I let you go, I want to make sure that you were able to share everything you needed to share. So do you have any upcoming events, any upcoming initiatives you'd like for us to support? And how can we stay connected through social media?
Well, right now, the most active social media I have is Instagram. So you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Glitter Bomb Bikini. And let's see, the next upcoming pageant that I'm going to is the World Finals. And that's going to be just in 2021, the beginning of 2021. We don't have an exact date yet, but the pageant organization that I'm with is called Swimsuit USA. And we meet every year. There's 70 girls from around the world. We have a reality show. It's called Beyond the Sash. And in a few months, we're all going to be meeting together for the World Finals. And we're going to be doing some shooting for our reality show. And I'm definitely going to be looking for sponsors. So that's something I could definitely use, some help with. And I need some support. Miss New York City, she's got to bring it this year. This is the best city in the world, and I'm truly honored to represent.
Yes, NYC is definitely the best city in the world. I actually grew up in Buffalo, New York, upstate, but I've been in Georgia about 20 years. So I'm the Georgia peach now.
I'm sure you have beautiful weather down there.
It's great. The weather's great. Literally, it really is. But I just want to say congratulations to you on all of your success. I really wish you the best. And before we go, do you have a final thought or something inspirational you'd like to say to our audience?
I think that my inspirational message is just tell everybody, to keep doing your thing and be tenacious and follow your dreams. Because I never thought that it would be possible for me to be Miss New York City. I really didn't. But about a year and a half ago, I really thought about it and I put together a plan and I worked towards it and I made it a reality. And if I could do that, you can accomplish your dreams too. And the same thing with being an engineer, in the construction industry. There are so many times that I've gotten frustrated. And there are actually a few times where I have quit my job and said, that's it. I've had it. I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to go find a different career. And then after a little while, I say to myself, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to let anyone else push me out or tell me that I can't achieve my dreams. And once you do, it's the most fulfilling feeling.
Awesome and amazing. Kristen, again, congratulations on all your success. Thank you so much for joining me today. I enjoyed our conversation and hopefully we'll get a chance to chat again once you start the reality show and everything else happens.
I would love that. I'd love to come on anytime.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Living the Empowered Life podcast. I hope that you enjoyed my conversation with my fabulous guest, Kristen Marie Rios, and that you were able to draw some inspiration as you continue your journey of living an empowered life. And remember to always believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside of you that is greater than any obstacle. What if you can make a difference in the world using your expertise, your experience, and your story? When you write a self-help book, you have the power to help other people address their most pressing personal and professional issues while also finding your success as an author. If you're a survivor of life's adversities, if you have an expertise or experience that can make a profound impact on the world, then I invite you to register for my free training, How to Write a Self-Help Book in 30 Days. In this free training, you'll learn the 5 keys to writing a successful self-help book, how to craft an outline, how to create a writing schedule, and actually stick to it. You'll also learn how to brainstorm book ideas using your personal story, your expertise, and your life experiences. This training is free, but you must register at tinyurl.com/author training. So ladies, listen. It's time to discover and live your life purpose. It's time to value yourself. It's time to set goals that are going to move you forward in life. It's time to rebuild your confidence. It's time to fearlessly walk in your authentic power. And ladies, it's time to live the empowered life.